A lot of travel is down into the United States from around the world. It feels like there's been reputational damage.
The country's doing great. Well, prices are down,
not the tourism.
Gasoline's down, energy's down, tourism is going to be way up. Wait till you see the numbers. The tourism is way up.
Not now.
Now, Canada, tourism's doing very well. We're doing very well. We're doing very well. Wait till you see the real numbers come out in 6 months from now. Wait till you see the numbers.
But do you think...
So no one's coming to America anymore, and we might end up losing the World Cup and the Olympics. Right? Tourism fell by 12% last month. That's the most since COVID. With then more specifically tourism from Germany and Denmark falling by over 30%. It's down by over 25% for Spain, Norway, Ireland, and Austria. Australia and France are down by 7%. And then on top of that, air travel from Canada, it's down over 75% from last year, in addition to a 32% reduction in car travel from Canada. With us even seeing the founder of Kayak having a lot to say about this, saying, quote, "In just 2 months, Trump has destroyed the reputation of the U.S., shown one way by diminished travel from the EU to the U.S. And saying this is not only one more terrible blow to the U.S. economy, it also represents reputation damage that could take generations to repair. Additionally, another booking site found that 40% of Europeans have canceled their trips to America. And, Trump's policy of randomly detaining tourists and sending them to random prisons or deporting them immediately upon arrival, it's bringing a complete halt to tourism, according to travel companies. And this is there are now growing concerns about the U.S.'s ability to host the Ryder Cup in 2025, the World Cup in 2026, and the Olympics in 2028. Right, globally, people are asking a lot of questions. Are players and fans going to be safe? Can the safety of the Iranian or Venezuelan teams be guaranteed? And that, as others are remarking, that no one's going to be able to go given the possibility of being sent to a prison in El Salvador. Now, that said, FIFA has been downplaying the situation, with one official saying, "Time's on our side with that." I understand the policies of the administration, but I'm confident that once we get to the point where we need to get to, 16 months from now, we'll be fine.
When visiting a country feels like walking into a trap, something has gone very wrong. This isn't just bad for tourism, it's a sign of a bigger moral decline.
I spent most of this winter in South America. I just got back again the other night, and I want to relay this message to all our friends and government officials and people we worked with all over the world. I want to tell you the same thing I told the South Americans the other night. Please do not come to the United States. We are not the same country we were 4 months ago. It is not safe here anymore. They can pull you off the street. They can detain you. They'll do God knows what to you. They're doing it to our own citizens. They will do it to you. Please do not support American products. Don't buy American. Don't vacation here. I'm very sorry to say this, and I want to apologize on behalf of all rational Americans in this country who are fighting Trump tooth and nail with everything we have. We're sorry. We're doing the best we can to get rid of this guy. And all his crooked cronies, but we're having a very difficult time doing it. We handed him the keys. An ignorant populace handed him the keys to this kingdom, and we're finding it very difficult to even slow him down, frankly. I think America's done. I hate to say that, but I don't know how much we can do, what we can do to slow this guy down. We're trying very hard. Please don't support us anymore. And to my government, my friends in government all over the world who we dealt with in business and for so many years, you guys were so good to us all over the place. France, Australia, the United Kingdom, of course, Canada, of course, Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, all over Asia. You guys have been wonderful partners to us for years. I'm so sorry Trump is treating you like dirt. Don't expect anything better from him in the future. He's a tyrant. He wants to be a dictator, and frankly, he's turning into one very quickly. Again, we're having a hard time slowing him down. I'm sorry to say that. Please don't trust this guy. If you're working in government, he makes you a promise. His promise is worth nothing. I've known this guy for 30 years. His word is worthless. And that goes for all of his crooked cronies in our GOP that are supporting him. Do not trust this guy. Do not trust. The reason I'm telling you this right now, if you're wondering, is because I'm getting out to a couple million people on social media a week now. And he's going to shut me down. He's shutting friends of mine down. He's threatening my friends that have millions and millions of viewers on social media that are rational thinking people. He's threatening them within an inch of their life. He's going after them for taxes. He's going after them for any way he can. And I'm afraid it's going to continue. And I won't be able to say this, so I'm saying it now. Do not trust anything American at this point. We are not the same country. I don't know that we ever will be. Again, apologies from America. You guys have been so great to us, and we're so sorry.
They are not lying about Vegas being dead, y'all. I'm a waitress on the Strip, and last year around this time, I made like $300 to $500 a day in tips. And today, I just walked home with $124.
I ain't never seen Vegas look like this on a Saturday at 1 in the morning. Where's the people? Holy shit, dude. What the fuck? Like, I can't make this shit up. Holy shit, bro. This is a Saturday at 1 in the... Where are the fucking people? Look, even on the Venetian Bridge over there. Nobody. Holy shit.
It hasn't been this bad in Vegas. No, it hasn't. We've lost so much tourism from Canada and other countries because they don't want to come here, and it's really sad. So I know you guys don't want to admit it because you guys are in a cult, but Trump is the problem.
I just saw a correction on a post that is totally accurate. Americans in the media keep saying that Canadians aren't traveling to the U.S. because of the tariffs, because we're so offended by the tariffs. Nah, we aren't traveling to the U.S. because you're in a full authoritarian crisis, and we are frightened. You don't think we were frightened before? When you go to a U.S. city and you're afraid to turn a corner because you actually think you might get shot, because that's how fucked up it is there? Sorry, we're not there because your government is insane, because you're locking people up without due process, with really no reason. Just, I could make a phone call and then have somebody come out and ICE can haul somebody away because they look like they're Latino. It's disgusting. That's why we're not there. We're disgusted.
Here's an idea. Don't come here then. We're not coming to the U.S. Actually, many Canadians aren't coming to the U.S. Tourism to the U.S. from Canada has reached COVID levels. This is a photo that someone took of Toronto Pearson Airport during March break this year. March break is like spring break in Ontario. This is the U.S. departure section, by the way. It's empty, completely empty. Normally during March break, this would be absolutely full. It would be packed because you'd have a ton of people going to Florida, Disney World, other warmer states as well. Yeah, nobody's going to the States. I mean, people are going to the States, but not as many as usual.
The empty airport gates in Canada say more than words ever could. The fear has replaced the excitement right now, because a vacation shouldn't come with the risk of feeling like a criminal, right?
For the first time in 5 decades, America is experiencing net negative migration. That means more people are leaving the country than are entering in. And this has been a goal of the Trump administration since day one. One of Trump's top advisors, Stephen Miller, said during the last period in which America was the undisputed global superpower, financially, culturally, militarily, immigration was net negative. All population growth was from family formation instead of immigrants coming in. The question remains is what will be the consequences of net negative migration?
Do not travel to America. Do not travel to America for the next 4 years. Especially as a black or brown person. You do not want to get caught up in Trump's deportations. I'm sure by now you've heard of the German and UK tourists who were arrested by ICE and detained for days. Allegedly, the German tourists were chained. You do not want that to be your story, especially if you are taking your family on holiday with you. We already know that Trump has a checkered history with racism, and he's managed to infect a large proportion of that country. Do not spend your hard-earned money on a country that does not appreciate you as a black or brown person. For the next 4 years, the world is your oyster. Maldives, Thailand, Bali, Hong Kong, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Jamaica. These are all amazing places. Let's not go to a country that's increasingly becoming lawless. A country where the president has no respect for the rule of law. A country where the president ignores federal judges. My family and I go to Florida every single year. We love Disney, we love Universal. But for the next 4 years, we're going to be going anywhere but. And I think that you should all do the same. Do not travel to America. Pass it on.
The White House was recently bragging that border crossings are at an all-time low. Why is that? Oh, that's right. Because no one's coming to fucking America anymore. You know, our current government isn't exactly the friendliest to people that don't speak the King's English. It's not just illegal border crossings that are down. International tourism in the United States has fallen like a fucking rock. In March, overseas arrivals dropped by more than 11% compared to the year before. Western Europe saw a 17% decline. The Americas down 24%. Flights that used to be packed are now running real fucking light. The reason behind these declines is pretty fucking simple. The global perception of the United States has changed recently since the election. His threats, along with horror stories of travelers to the States, have led European nations, along with Canada, to issue travel advisories to the United States. These tourists no longer feel safe or welcome by our current government. This isn't just about the loss of tourism. Those tourists bring jobs, and those jobs are going to be lost, along with tips, and the businesses are going to struggle. Some of them are going to close. Cities like Orlando, New York, Las Vegas are already feeling the effects of the lack of travelers. If this trend continues, the U.S. could lose up to $180 billion in GDP by June of 2026. It's not just immigrants that aren't coming anymore. No one wants to come here.
Thank you for being here and watching through. All credit goes to the creators who shared these stories. Also, this video is strictly for educational purposes and respectful discussion. If you like it here, please like, comment, and subscribe. Your voice matters more than ever.